Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video, we're going to talk about why you shouldn't post on social media and the real reasons behind this advice that nobody talks about. And I know this might sound controversial because we live in a world where everyone is constantly sharing everything, and not posting can make you feel like you're missing out or doing something wrong. But here's the truth. There are some really compelling reasons why stepping back from social media or not posting at all might be one of the best decisions you ever make for your mental health and overall well-being. So if you've been feeling exhausted by social media, or if you've been wondering whether all this posting is actually serving you in any meaningful way, stick with me because this video might change your perspective completely. Because I'm going to break down the real reasons why you shouldn't post on social media and what you gain when you choose to step back from the constant pressure to share and perform for an audience. The first reason why you shouldn't post on social media is that it creates an unhealthy dependency on external validation, and this is one of the most damaging effects that nobody really talks about openly. When you post regularly, you start to measure your worth by likes, comments, and views, and your sense of self-esteem becomes tied to how other people respond to what you share with them online. This creates a cycle where you're constantly seeking approval from strangers, and when you don't get the response you were hoping for, affects your mood, your confidence, and how you feel about yourself that day. And here's the problem. This validation is temporary, it's shallow. It doesn't actually fulfill you in any meaningful way, and it keeps you trapped in a cycle of constantly needing more and more attention to feel okay. When you stop posting, you break that cycle, you start to validate yourself internally rather than externally, and you realize that your worth has nothing to do with how many people liked your photo or commented on your post. And that shift is incredibly powerful because it frees you from the constant need for approval and allows you to build genuine confidence that comes from within rather than from other people's opinions of you. The second reason why you shouldn't post on social media is that it drains your energy and steals your peace, and most people don't realize how much mental and emotional energy social media actually takes from them. Every time you post something, you're opening yourself up to judgment, comparison, and opinions from people who don't even know you, and that takes a toll on your nervous system, whether you realize it or not. You start worrying about what people think. You start comparing yourself to others. You start feeling anxious about whether you're posting enough or whether your content is good enough, and all of this creates unnecessary stress in your life. And the truth is, being constantly accessible to everyone all the time is exhausting. It opens you up to drama, negativity, and energy vampires who take from you without giving anything meaningful back in return. When you stop posting, you protect your peace, you protect your energy, and you create space for things that actually matter, like real relationships, personal growth, and activities that bring you genuine joy and fulfillment. You stop performing for an audience and start living for yourself. And that shift alone can transform your mental health and overall sense of well-being in ways you never expected when you were caught up in the cycle. The third reason why you shouldn't post on social media is that it distracts you from actually living your life and building something real, and this is something that people don't talk about nearly enough in our culture. When you're constantly documenting your life for social media, you're not fully present in the moment. You're thinking about how to capture it, how to frame it, how to make it look good for other people to see. You're living for the post instead of living for the experience, and that robs you of the joy, the depth, and the meaning that comes from being fully present in your own life without an audience watching. And here's what happens when you stop posting. You start actually doing things instead of just talking about them. You start building, creating, growing, and mastering your craft without the distraction of performing for others constantly. You're not checking in with strangers, you're checking in with yourself. You're not falling behind. You're actually so much further ahead because you're focused on progress rather than performance and substance rather than image. Mastery in anything requires undivided attention, and when you're constantly splitting your focus between living and documenting, you're never fully committed to either one, and that prevents you from reaching your full potential in anything you do. The fourth reason why you shouldn't post on social media is that it exposes you to unnecessary negativity, drama, and toxic comparisons that serve absolutely no purpose in your life and only bring you down. Social media is full of people who are performing their best moments, their highlight reels, their carefully curated versions of reality, And when you're constantly exposed to that, it's easy to start comparing your real life to their fake one. And that comparison is toxic. It makes you feel like you're not doing enough, like you're not successful enough, like you're not attractive enough, like you're not living the life you should be living, and all of that is based on lies. When you stop posting and stop scrolling, you stop comparing yourself to others, you stop feeling like you're not enough, and you start appreciating your own life for what it is rather than what it looks like online. You also protect yourself from negativity, from trolls, from people who have nothing better to do than criticize and judge others, and you create a boundary that protects your mental health and your sense of self-worth from being attacked. The fifth reason why you shouldn't post on social media is that it allows you to build deeper, more meaningful relationships with the people who actually matter to you rather than shallow connections with hundreds of strangers. When you're not constantly posting and performing online, you have more time and energy to invest in real relationships, in face-to-face conversations, in building genuine connections with people who know you and care about you beyond what you post. And those relationships are so much more fulfilling than any amount of likes or followers could ever be, because they're based on who you really are, not the version of yourself you perform for an audience online. When you stop posting, you become more selective about who gets access to you, and that selectivity creates depth, intimacy, and trust in your relationships that you can never achieve through social media connections with people who don't really know you. Now, I want to be clear here. I'm not saying that everyone needs to delete their social media accounts or that posting occasionally is inherently bad or wrong for everyone in every situation or context. Social media can be a useful tool for staying connected with people you care about, sharing your work, building a business, or creating a community around something meaningful that you want to share with others who care. What I am saying is that if you're feeling drained, anxious, or like social media is taking more from you than it's giving, stepping back or stopping altogether might be the best thing you can do for yourself. You don't need to post to prove that you're living a good life. You don't need validation from strangers to feel worthy, and you don't need to perform for an audience to be significant or successful in life. The most confident, peaceful, and successful people I know are often the ones who share the least. They're too busy building their life to document it, too focused on their growth to worry about what others think of them. So if you've been thinking about stepping back from social media or stopping posting altogether, I want you to know that it's okay. You're not missing out. You're choosing peace, presence, and purpose over performance and validation. So that's all I have for this one. If you found this helpful or thought-provoking, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this that challenges conventional thinking and helps you live better. Let me know in the comments, have you ever taken a break from social media? And if so, how did it affect you? I'd love to hear your experiences and what you learned from stepping back from the constant noise. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.